How important is money? You know the answer, right? Money is required in almost every step of our lives. So imagine if suddenly one day you wake up and see that there is no existence of money at all. How do you think your life will change if on today's date you have to move back to the primitive forms of exchange? The cause as well as the solution to many problems in this world is money. Money is the integral part of our lives and has several steps of evolution. This lesson is all about the journey from barter to banknotes. Let's first understand the origin of money. Money, the part and parcel of our lives, has a long history. Have you ever wondered why did people suddenly start using it? What was the need? What was the form of exchange before money originated? The existence of the first forms of money was almost 4,000 years ago. That is a long time. Before the existence of money, the barter system was prevalent. What actually is the barter system? The barter system is the exchange of goods and services directly between two people, and there is no involvement in any forms of currency whatsoever. For example, if person A wants a bag of potatoes and person B wants a pair of shirts and trousers, they might exchange their goods with each other. The barter system was rejected because it did not work for the following reasons. It was not reliable and efficient. For example, a farmer needs a cow from a cow seller in exchange for wheat and rice. But what if the cow seller does not want rice and wheat? Maybe he wants a pair of shoes, but the shoemaker again does not want a cow in exchange for his shoes. He might want oil. These kind of discrepancies made this method non-reliable, and it was a time-consuming method. What was the first form of money? At the very beginning, items like animal skin, weapons, salt, etc. were used as a form of currency. It is dated back to approximately 9000 to 6000 BCE. The first form of modern currency was developed using metals. Bronze and copper were used to make metallic cowries. Items like daggers, spades, and other tools were also used as a medium of exchange. The first place in the world where actual coins were minted was in Lydia, now known as Western Turkey, at 600 BC. They were made of a mixture of silver and gold known as electrum and had pictures of animals on them. How did money evolve? From the previous section, we learned that the earliest forms of currency were items like cowrie, shells, spades, daggers, and so on. Has this thought ever crossed your mind that from such primitive forms of exchange, how did the money get so modernized? Did you ever wonder how the evolution went from bartering goods to banknotes and cryptocurrencies? We will understand cryptocurrencies in a bit. Let's look at a timeline of the transition from metallic money to paper money and beyond. Barter system, 9000 BC. In this era, the exchange of commodities, which is popularly known as barter, was performed. Individuals used to exchange one commodity in exchange for the other and did transactions based on materialistic value of commodities. And then came in miniature replicas at 1100 BC. Miniature replicas are the metal coins that are used in China as a form of currency. They are made in the form of daggers and spades, quite uncomfortable as they can sting you. Crude metal coins at 600 BC. Imagine buying a cow in exchange for heavy metal coins. Carrying these coins in the first place would be a heavy task. These coins were made of non-precious metals like copper and aluminium. Its weight made it difficult to make purchases. Precious metal coins, 700 BC. Coins made of gold and silver. They are first used in ancient Lydia, now Turkey. Profiles of gods and emperors were stamped on these coins. Now comes the paper money at 806 AD, which is a big milestone. The first known examples of paper currency, as we would understand it today, were created in China during the Song dynasty. Gold Standard, 1913 AD. The Gold Standard Act was issued by the United States in 1900 AD. It stated that the value of US dollars was tied to gold. Plastic cards. They came in 1920s. The ATM cards, credit and debit cards that we currently use in the place of bank notes is plastic money. Electronic money that came in 1950s. Today, the way we transfer money is known as electronic money. Using bank transfers, UPIs, and various other modes of payments have made our lives easier and also has reduced the load on ATMs for cash withdrawals. Cryptocurrency, 2009 AD. Cryptocurrency is virtual or digital money. They are not physical coins or cash. We will learn more about cryptocurrencies towards the end of this lesson. Now, let's learn more details of the transition of coins to paper money. From 600 BC, people started using metal coins as a form of currency, and then they moved to precious metal coins, which are gold and silver, in 700 BC. This is what we saw in the timeline earlier. Eventually, humans transitioned from metallic money to paper money because of two reasons. Firstly, metals were scarce in the world. Secondly, metals were heavy. Also, carrying precious metals like gold and silver was not only tedious, but it led to increased risks of theft. Hence, paper money emerged. Now, let's look at paper money. The first known examples of paper currency as we would understand it today were created in China during the Song dynasty, which is the period between 960 to 1279 AD. Although the Chinese invented paper money in the 11th century, the widespread use of it and banknotes started spreading all over the world between the late 18th and the early 19th centuries. Banks used paper to give loans to people instead of metal coins. Eventually, paper money was being used to buy goods and services. However, metal coins were still being used in some European countries till the 16th century. Until 1600, the Europeans did not use paper money. Now, let's look at the Gold Standard Act that we discussed earlier. The Gold Standard Act was issued by the United States in 1900 AD. It stated that the value of US dollars was tied to gold. The gold standard is a monetary system in which paper money is freely convertible into a fixed amount of gold. In other words, in such a monetary system, gold backs the value of money. For example, if the US sets the price of gold at $100 an ounce, the value of the dollar would be 1/100th of an ounce of gold. Eventually, the US dollars became the international standard. The European currencies and also currencies from other parts of the world based their price on the US dollars, which was still tied to the value of gold. But by the 20th century, due to tremendous economic expansion, the amount of gold available was overpowered by the entire world's currencies, which means a lot of people converted their paper money to gold reserves. Hence, in 1971, the US completely dropped the idea of gold standard. Gold could no longer be redeemed for paper currency. Now, let's look at the modern forms of currency like cryptocurrency and mobile payments in the 21st century. As we defined earlier, a cryptocurrency is a form of virtual currency which has no physical existence. Bitcoin is one popular form of cryptocurrency that was discovered by a person named Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009. Nobody knows who he is. He is a mysterious person. But is crypto a tangible asset? How does a cryptocurrency exactly look and work? Millions of questions. Let's try to answer some questions. So, a cryptocurrency is like a virtual coin or token. No, you don't get it in your hand like paper money or coins, but you know it's there. So, it is intangible. It's like owning a stock. You don't get physical shares of the company in your hand, but you own your stake in it. Why? Because this is legally allowed by the government. Right now, these currencies like cryptocurrencies are decentralized. When a currency is decentralized, it means you are free from the rules and manipulation of the government. Having said all this, let's give you the simplest example which will explain how cryptocurrency works in the real world. There are about 1600 cryptocurrencies identified so far, out of which Bitcoin is the most popular one. think of Bitcoin as a form of currency with a value attached to it. Let's say you want to send 5 Bitcoins to a friend as a payment. You will then be using an app to send 5 Bitcoins directly to the friend. Right now, if you want to send 2000 rupees to a friend, when you trigger a payment from your Google app or net banking app, the bank will receive the request, which in turn will send it to your friend. The transactions at this time, where you are sending 2000 rupees to a friend, have an intermediary, which is of course the bank, and it charges a transaction fee each time a transaction is being made. But with crypto, as we have already learned, it is decentralized, which means there is no intermediary in between two people like the bank. And also the transaction fee is less. And also there are no errors in the transactions, like the amount could be sent to the wrong account, or the server is down, or there is a delay in the transaction. This is why cryptocurrencies are becoming very popular. Mobile payments. Mobile payments are another form of modern currency which is nowadays used for buying products through a mobile phone, tablet, or any portable electronic device. It can also be used to send and receive money from family and friends. In short, it is a user-friendly form of currency. Some mobile payment platforms, as you must have known, are Google Pay, Apple Pay, Paytm, MobiKwik, etc. In conclusion, this evolution of money makes us wonder what will be the future of money, maybe 50 to 60 years ahead? Will paper still exist, or will it be completely substituted by virtual currencies? We already have digital modes of payment like debit cards, credit cards, internet banking for various purposes like paying electricity bills, telephone bills, buying food and groceries, and many more. It is not so hard to think that one day might come when small shops become huge malls. Everyone will start using digital modes of money exchange. In short, the exchange of money will become completely electronic.